The X-Men movies are about to get silly, y'all. Will we finally see some morph action? Are we gonna get some arcade goodness? Where are you at, Beak? Find out on today's Nerdist News WTFridays. I don't know why I'm doing that. Despite missing out on that elusive Oscar nom, we've all got to admit that Deadpool was a game changer. The goofy, perverse, hyper-violent, R-rated, fourth-wall-breaking superhero flick defied all odds and made roughly $1 zillion off of its minuscule budget while drawing rave reviews and racking up a ton of awards and nominations from critics, audiences, and even the Hollywood Guild. It's pretty insane and stands in stark contrast to Fox's less-loved X-Men franchise, which dropped one of its least successful, poorly reviewed installments last year with X-Men Apocalypse. So I guess it's no surprise to learn that Deadpool 2 will begin to pave the way for a new approach to the Cinematic X universe. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick clarified that while Deadpool exists within the X-Men universe, he's kind of in his own pocket universe, declaring that he's part of the larger X-Men universe, but in a way he isn't. He interacts with that world, but he is in the present. We don't deal with the 60s or the 70s or the future. It's here and now. Totally. And while it wasn't spelled out before, that was always kind of our assumption. Obviously, this is different from how the Marvel Universe operates, with everything tightly connected and working off of an established timeline. But with Deadpool 2 and an eventual Deadpool team flick, X-Force, on the way, should we be expecting a more steady build to a larger story? Apparently, the answer to that is no. I think sometimes the movies get a little overstuffed trying to set up future movies, and it almost feels burdensome, yes, that's right. And it almost feels burdensome or obligatory. I can't say that. Where you are weaving in 4 or 5 different plots that really aren't in service of the current movie, but are to set up audience anticipation or logic for what's coming, we really are trying our best to avoid that. And I say, thank God, I am ready for that approach. Alright, so the Deadpool branches off of this X-Men movie universe tree are going to stand alone, not telling a big episodic story like the Marvel and DC universes like to, which is super cool, but how will it affect the larger XU? Well, here's where things get interesting. According to Wernick, the hope is Deadpool 2 and X-Force and future movies all be this new, consistent, sillier tone, more self-aware tone, and edgier and rated R tone. Wow, dude, all the movies. With the future of the mainline X-flicks a big question mark after Apocalypse's tepid response and Logan putting a nice dark button on Hugh Jackman's run with the franchise in March, we've been wondering if a big X-Men reboot was in the cards, and while Wernick might just be referring to the Deadpool X-flicks, we wouldn't be surprised if he was outlining a big tonal shift for the whole franchise. I mean, think about it. If the rumors are correct, the next big X-Men movie will take place in the 90s and star the younger cast introduced in Apocalypse. The Gambit movie is getting reworked, but is still on the table. A more horror-tinged New Mutants is in the cards for the near future, and things are definitely sounding poppier, pulpier, and potentially sillier. And while that isn't exactly our favorite kind of X-Men movie, everyone knows that the best X stuff is that sweet, soapy 70s comic book run, a more fun direction might not be such a bad idea. Would we prefer Fox just loosen up and let each movie be its own thing? Yeah, for sure, but overall, this isn't the worst kind of tonal shift, and hey, they could always recalibrate further on down the line. But what do you guys think? Are you down with the whole X franchise getting less dour and more zany? Do you want everything to be more interconnected? Or are you cool with Wernick and Reese easing off the multi-movie buildup? Let's discuss. Thanks to Ubisoft and their new melee combat game For Honor for sponsoring today's show. Will you join the Knights, Vikings, or Samurai? Definitely join the Samurai, because that's the one that I'm heading up in the War of the Factions. Go to forhonorgame.com/war to register for the beta, fight alongside Team Nerdist, and watch as we battle it out. We'll be streaming through January 29th, so pledge your sword and fight for your faction, which should be the Samurais, because they're cool.